What's up, Multiverse? Dr. Dave here, and welcome to the Geek Lounge. On today's video, we're going to be opening up this parcel from Danny and Jazz, aka DJ Collectibles. We've got some really cool things inside, including 3 chases as well as a mini Grail, so let's check it out. Let's get straight into this, not wasting any time. As I said, we've got 3 chases in here, a mini Grail. I mean, Grail by definition, you know, the kind of traditional meaning of it is something of like really high value, but Grail, you know, doesn't have to have significant value. It can be like a personal Grail, right? Something that, you know, has a lot of value to you, not necessarily monetary value. So let's get into this though. One of these, like I said though, is a mini Grail, both to me and like in terms of monetary value as well. Okay, that's the first one that I did want to show off. Here. Oh, look at that, guys. I actually picked the 2 first ones that I wanted to show off, because we're going to do these 2, the 3 chases, and then the mini Grail. So now this was an exclusive, but I mixed them up already. That's pretty stupid. You know what? Screw it. Let's just show this one first then. This is the DC Shop exclusive, DC Fandom DC Shop exclusive. DC Fandom actually in 2020 was the first set of videos we did here on the Geek Lounge. Yeah, I don't really recommend them at all. We were very kind of green and yeah, it's kind of a bit of a pain to watch them at this stage. But this is the DC Fandom DC Shop exclusive metallic King Shark from the Suicide Squad. Let me show the back off to you guys there so you can see the rest of the figures in the collection. And now the funny thing is, I keep saying that I'm not really sure if I am going to fully complete the Suicide Squad line of Funko Pops. You know, I wasn't even sure I was going to collect them, yet I seem to be slowly adding more and more to the collection, including this King Shark, which, as I said, is the metallic version, the DC Fandom DC Shop exclusive. I actually thought there was a limited piece count to it, but there was nothing there, you know, on the front sticker, on the front of the pop. But this is very, very cool. King Shark was like very, very popular. He was voiced by Sylvester Stallone, right? And then he was played like the motion capture. I forget the actor's name, but he was then like one of the analysts in Peacemaker as well. You know, James Gunn's, these were his 2 kind of most recent projects, right? Well, I guess if you don't count like Guardians is coming up next, and then I Am Groot just released on Disney Plus, but you know, this isn't all about James Gunn. This is about the King Shark figure. Very, very cool. I love it. I like the metallicness is very, very cool. I'm not always a fan of metallic pops. Some of them I think look really cool. Some of them I'm like, yeah, maybe they're not as cool as like the regular paint job. But this one I think is really, really cool. And the like original King Shark figure, he actually sold out very, very quickly when the Suicide Squad pops first came out. I think he is still hard to get. I actually haven't looked at the TPD value for quite a long time, to be perfectly honest. But like I said, I know he was really, really hard to get hold of. Yeah, just haven't really checked that in a while. Saw this on Danny and Jazz. I should actually point out that these were all purchased in a flash sale. I'm trying to think off the top of my head when it was. I think it was a week ago. It was either last Thursday or last Friday. They did a flash sale. It was like 1 hour only between like 6 and 7 p.m. on whichever day it was. And they basically had 15% off everything in stock. So yeah, that's where I saw that at, I think about 6:30. There was already some things that I wanted on there. And yeah, decided, you know what? We may as well pull the trigger with 15% off. So yeah, that's where this King Shark came from. And I guess I am slowly collecting more and more Suicide Squad figures. And on to the next figure, although it was the one I was supposed to show off first. I think I was mentioning something along the lines that it was supposed to be an exclusive, but then Danny and Jazz mentioned that there was no sticker on this. And yeah, off the top of my head, I really can't remember, but I think it is supposed to have a special edition sticker. It is the Venomized Black Panther to go with what is a fairly nearly-ish complete Venomized set of figures. I do still need the Venomized Iron Man that is there on the back. That was one of the older ones, but I do have it on pre-order. I had it on pre-order with Pop in a Box for like over a year, and then eventually just cancelled my order. I really given up on Pop in a Box, but we won't get into that. And I've now ordered it on Double Box Toys. They've got a whole bunch of like commons and things coming out over the course of the next 2 to 3 months. See how those go, because I did order everything in one go, so I don't know if they're going to wait till everything's in stock and then send it all at once, but I needed the Venomized Black Panther for my set. As with all the Venomized figures, I would probably say the Venomized Black Panther is the closest one to the original Venom symbiote. Fully black with those wide eyes. Of course, he does have his own features, including some of the spikes. I love how they're actually like protruding from his chest, because it's like part of like a necklace style design. His claws, they're all yellowy as well, rather than kind of being white. The same there with his teeth as well, they're a bit yellowy. We've got the tongue going out there. I love how there are some slight kind of markings on the eyes as well. They're not just kind of like perfect white. We've got the ears like propped up, as you guys can see there, which is pretty cool. And then we have this tail here on the back, which is a little bit fragile, so if anyone, you know, wants to get this figure or has this figure, you know, be quite careful with it, especially if you haven't taken it out of the box. Like I said, it is very fragile. Again, I love how the spikes do protrude out. It kind of makes the figure more like venomized, I guess, for lack of a better word, rather than it being, like I said, those, I think it's like teeth, isn't it? It's supposed to be like a teeth necklace style design or something like that. If I am mistaken, please do correct me in the comment section below. But yeah, it's probably one of the more basic ones, but still a pretty cool design. And, well, I always say it, guys, happy to add it to the collection. I think that's slowly becoming one of my catchphrases. Happy to add it to the collection. It goes with what's up, Multiverse, and peace out, nerds that are at the start and end of our videos, respectively. But let's move on now, guys, to the 3 Chase Funko Pops that I picked up. All 3 of them are AAA anime exclusives. So yes, all 3 are animes, and there are actually 3 animes that I have yet to watch, despite them being incredibly popular critically and I think commercially successful. I just haven't got round to watching them yet. The 2 down there, the episode count is significant, but not too bad that, you know, you could watch it definitely in a few months. I mean, it depends how much time you have on your hands, I guess, but this one right here, the episode count is absolutely colossal. It's been going on for a very long time. You guys probably have guessed already what the anime is. It is, of course, One Piece. And we have here the AAA anime exclusive glow-in-the-dark Chase Trafalgar Law. And this is a really, really cool Funko Pop, though sadly I can't say anything about it. I've never seen a single episode of One Piece, if you guys can believe that. So I don't really know anything about the character, what he's holding, his sword, his tattoos, you know, his outfit, what's going on at the bottom. Is that water? Is that power? I really can't say anything about it. Never seen a single episode of One Piece. I know that may be hard to believe because the show is pretty old. I think it debuted in like 1999, if I'm not mistaken. If I am, correct me in the comments section below. But I will get round to watching it eventually. I know there's like 1,000 episodes plus, all subbed, and I think dubbing is up to like 700 or 800. But you know what? I will get round to it eventually. I know how popular One Piece is, and you know, I really do want to watch it. I want to catch up with a whole bunch of anime. It's just, yeah, I really did only start watching anime like a couple of years ago, and yeah, when you do watch these older shows, there's a hell of a lot of episodes, a hell of a lot of story arcs to get through, but we will get there eventually. But yeah, guys, this, like I said, a really, really cool figure. It is the Chase glow-in-the-dark as well, so let's check that out now. All right, here we go, guys, and boom. Oh, wow, that's really cool. I actually expected that kind of cube thing, whatever it is, to glow blue, but that's pretty cool. I guess it's like a flame inside, and that red is, that's quite cool, because red is normally a bit of a crappy glow. I mean, you can see it is going quicker than the blue. The blue on the bottom looks fantastic. I really think that is a pretty cool glow, but yeah, I think that is a really nifty touch to this figure, which I think is already cool. It's got so much detail on it, but yeah, to have that bit glow inside, very, very cool. And our next chase, guys, is from Hunter x Hunter, and I hope I am pronouncing this right, Killua Zoldyck, the AAA anime exclusive glow-in-the-dark chase. Check that out, guys. And I think I did mention it earlier in the video that I actually haven't watched any of the animes that these 3 chases are from, so sadly I can't really talk much about this character either. Hunter x Hunter, though, has a much more kind of like achievable, or at least let's say short-term achievable episode count. I think it's like just over 200, which is not really too bad at all. And I know it's hugely popular. It's always in the top 10s animes of most people's lists, so I will get to that eventually. But this is still a really cool looking pop. I think the Trafalgar Law one had some really awesome detail, you know, probably a bit better detail than this one, but this is still very cool. Funnily enough, I did also order, there was an exclusive, again, I hope I am pronouncing right, Kilua Zoldyck. There was an exclusive one where he has the yo-yo, and when I say he, I hope I am also getting that correct. He or she, they have the yo-yo, and I have actually ordered that. It was exclusive to Smith's Toys over here in the UK, so that'll be coming very soon. I actually ordered it with the NU from Demon Slayer, so eager to check those out. But yeah, again, a really cool pop. Again, it is a glow chase, so let's check that out. Right, let's see how this one does, guys, and boom. Whoa, that's actually really cool as well. I didn't expect that color. I didn't expect the eyes either. I thought it was going to be like a similar blue to the Trafalgar Law one. That's like that more kind of turquoisey color. That is actually really cool. I think that does kind of add something to this pop, makes it even cooler. Let me just give it a little bit more of a charge again. There we go, guys. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Quite a unique turquoise glow. I don't think I've seen that kind of turquoisey color on too many other pops. And our third and final AAA anime exclusive chase, guys, is Ichigo from Bleach. Let me just show the box off to you guys real quick there. And although it is stating the obvious, I'm still going to do it. Yes, I haven't seen a single episode of Bleach, so sadly I can't talk too much about this character either, even though I do already own 2 of the other 3 currently released Ichigo figures. I have the non-chase version of this, where he doesn't have the mask, and I also have the OG Ichigo, which I won in a mystery box, which I think, funnily enough, was from Danny and Jazz, aka DJ Collectibles as well. There is the, I think it's called the Hollow, is it Hollow Fired or something like that, Ichigo. I think it was like a GameStop exclusive in the US, not too sure over here in the UK. It came out quite a while ago, but that is like a Grail now. I think it's worth like upwards of £200-300. But I think they are releasing another one. I think I pre-ordered it as well. It looked really cool. I think Entertainment Earth exclusive in the US, and I think I do have it pre-ordered again, probably from Danny and Jazz. But this is still a really cool looking figure. I do love that mask, and Bleach is something that I really do want to watch quite soon. Well, I want to watch all 3. I want to watch Hunter x Hunter, and I want to watch One Piece as well, but Bleach especially because they have the new story upcoming pretty soon, from what I understand. I've heard rumors that Disney Plus may be showing it, which I thought was a bit weird, but then I do think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but is the show not exclusive to Hulu in the US, like the original one? Because it's very difficult to watch Bleach over here in the UK. I don't believe it's on Funimation. I don't believe it's on Crunchyroll. I don't find it on any kind of legit streaming service. So yeah, I think I can watch again, like with a VPN. I think there is like 170 or so episodes on Funimation dubbed, but it's not the full show. I think Bleach, again, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was like over 300 or so episodes, are slightly longer than Hunter x Hunter, although I should mention Hunter x Hunter will eventually come back, because there are new manga stories of that as well. But yeah, I'm kind of going into uncharted territory here. I don't want to say too much and give off information that I've only kind of read about and don't really know too much about, because I've never read the manga and never watched the animes of either of these shows. But really happy to get all 3 of these chases. I didn't actually mention though that I did mention that these were all purchased in a 15% off flash sale from Danny and Jazz, aka DJ Collectibles, and so I did actually get all 3 chases for, it was like maybe £10 to £12 below their TPD value, so I was very happy with that. They're all 3 really cool looking pops. I maybe think the Trafalgar Law one, in terms of detail, at least to me, looks maybe the best, but this Ichigo one is also really cool. I mean, the Galula one is also really cool as well. It's just it maybe doesn't have as much detail as the other 2, but yeah, like I said, really happy to have got all 3 of those chases under TPD value. And yeah, I'm gonna say it again, guys, happy to add all 3 of them to the collection. And our final pop of the video, guys, is the mini Grail, though. As I said, I have already put it into the thumbnail, so you guys do know what it is, but I did want to save it till last because I think it is a really cool one. And even cooler that they put it in a hard stack. I think they were selling it for £80 originally, and yeah, with the 15% off, it means I got it, what, like 12 quid off? I think my maths is right there. So about £68, which was way under the TBD value. But look at that, guys, the bait exclusive hooded Cobra Commander. How cool does that look? Let me show the back off to you guys there, because it has some of those OG G.I. Joe figures as well. I don't think I have any of those, to be honest. No, I don't think I do, because I know I have Storm Shadow, I have Snake Eyes, but they're part of the newer ones. I haven't got a... This is like the first Cobra Commander I have, because I have quite a few of them, but more like the newer releases. I did want to get the Cobra Commander, what was it, in Fang, the one in the helicopter, because I think that looks very cool. But yeah, I have looked at picking this one up for a very, very long time. Let me just inspect the damage, because they did say it had some slight damage to it. And I think the pictures, the prominent kind of damage they showed was there on the front. I don't know if you guys can make that out. There is like a slight bit of damage there to I guess this like flap bit where it does kind of come up a bit. I've probably made that a little bit worse now, have I? But yeah, it's, oh god, yeah, let me be careful with that, especially considering the price we just paid for it. As for the rest, I mean, the window is pretty clear, so that's pretty cool. The side looks good. The back, you know, maybe there's, you know, little scuff marks, but not like dents or anything like that. So that is pretty cool. Again, the side looks good. The bottom is good. The top is good. I mean, that is literally the only damage. And this figure, I think TPD value was like £99. Although I don't know how long since it's, you know, been checked. I can't really think of a good word, you know, like the latest kind of round of like valuation checks and things. Like I said, I couldn't really think of the word, but yeah, it said £99 and I got this for 68, so I was very, very happy. And look at that, guys, it's so cool. It is like that OG style stance where the figures just look a bit bulkier. They look like a lot plainer, there's not as much detail, but it really is that kind of classical look. This is the hooded Cobra Commander. I think, didn't he wear this when he wasn't out on missions or something like that? At least that's, you know, I was talking to the professor earlier about it, because he remembers G.I. Joe a lot more than me. I was very, very young when it came out. It was actually called Action Force over here in the UK, but he remembers it a lot more than I do. We have kind of talked about going back and watching some of the old cartoons as well as like the movie, because we always had like the Rise of Serpentor video. I kind of talked about that in my in the San Diego Comic-Con video we did, because I did pick up the Serpentor figure, and of course there was like the G.I. Joe movie, and it had like Sergeant Slaughter in it, and I'm a big fan of wrestling, if you guys didn't know. So, you know, there was always those kind of connections and memories I have, and yeah, the G.I. Joe movies that came out with like Channing Tatum and The Rock, they were like average at best, kind of so decent kind of popcorn action movies, but you know, from at least what I remember from the cartoons, nothing too great. So I do wonder if we'll eventually get something a little bit better. I didn't actually watch the Snake Eyes movie. The professor did, but he didn't really think too much about it either. So, you know, we'll see what they do with the kind of G.I. Joe franchise, at least in terms of movies and whatnot going forward. But yeah, really happy to have got this, to add it to the collection. Still some nice detail on it, even though it is a classic figure. I just think it looks really, really different, because it is this kind of hooded figure, right? There's, I mean, are there any other figures that kind of have this sort of closed hood, like balaclava piece of clothing? I know there are like hooded figures like the Assassin's Creed ones, and there are figures that sort of have their faces covered with masks. We just saw that with Ichigo. There are obviously helmeted figures, but I'm trying to think, are there any other figures like this where it is a hood covering the whole face? I don't think so. But guys, I've rambled on long enough about this, but I guess you guys have got to see it in all its glory. Really, really cool figure. And one more quick thing about the Hooded Cobra Commander, guys, because the professor told me a story that I forgot to mention while we were taking a closer look at the pop. He actually owned the OG figure way back in the day, though he had to send off for it. It was the only way to get the figure in the UK. You had to post money and you would then get the figure back. I mean, crazy, right? Posting money, but that's what these mail order figures were like back in the day. And now it's really, really cool that we have a Hooded Cobra Commander back in the collection after all these years. But guys, that is going to do it for today's video. So first and foremost, thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to spend with me here on the Geek Lounge. It is very much appreciated, and I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If so, be sure to give us a thumbs up. Drop some comments below. Out of the figures I picked up, which ones did you guys enjoy the most? And there is plenty more content on the way for you guys. I've got a bunch of Funko Pop parcels to come, so we'll be opening those up. We're very close now to the 25 unique Funko sodas. If you're wondering why I'm doing that off to my right, it's because all of the unopened Funko sodas are there. I think there's about 18 there at the moment, and I think we have maybe another 6 coming in future parcels, so very, very close. Make sure you stay tuned for that. We will be continuing our very own Star Wars celebration here on the Geek Lounge. I know we've kind of let you guys down over the last couple of weeks with Star Wars videos, but we've got plenty of Star Wars content to come. I've talked about it a few times. I've got the Boys Funko Pop special, we've got the Witcher Funko Pop special, plenty of content to come, so make sure you guys stay tuned for all of that and more. What is the easiest way to stay tuned? It's very simple. Subscribe. Hit click, smash that subscribe button and enable those notifications so you don't miss out on any of that future content. Guys, thanks again for watching today's video, and we will see you on the next one. Peace out, nerds.